Good afternoon, and you're very welcome along to Curry GA Club here in South Sligo. My name is Peter O'Connell, and we're here for the Lidl National Football League Division 3 Round 1 game between and Clare, Sligo, the home county. And our match analyst this afternoon is former Clare footballer Anne-Marie Canlon. And Anne-Marie, just before we look at the two teams, a word on conditions. It's a bit cloudy, but almost no breeze. Perfect conditions for football at this time of year.
Yes, absolutely, for the middle of January. So it's dry and it's bright and there's no wind at all. The grass is quite wet, so there'll be no bouncing of the ball, but perfect conditions for this day of the year.
We look now. They've got Ella Maguire in goals from Owen Rua. The full back line, Sinead Naughton, also Owen Rua. At full back is the captain, Claire Dunn from St. Fernan's. And where they go half back line, Tara Breheny from St. Mary's. At centre back is Lisa Powell, Eastern Harps. And wearing number 7, Sarah Curley from Owen Rua. The midfield combination, Sinead Regan from Drumcliff, Ross's Point, as is her clubmate, Quiva Connor. Half forward line wearing 10, Maeve Casserly, Drumcliff, Ross's Point. At centre forward, Aoife Harnan, Owenmore Gales. And wearing number 12, Leah Duffy from Owen Rua. And the Sligo full forward line, Megan McCormack, Eastern Harps. Full forward is Katie Walsh, Tour de Strand, and wearing number 15 is Nicola Brennan, also from Tour de Strand. And Anne-Marie, you've picked out one or two Sligo players to keep an eye on.
Yeah, so there's quite a few. We will start with Clare Dunn, captain full-back, a real leader on the field, really stickler, and she'll have a tough day marking Cliona Blake, so it'll be an interesting match-up there. Looking at the half-back line then, Tara Bradley and Sarah Corley love to go forward, but really strong in defence as well. Looking at the half-forward line, Maeve Casserly is very strong going forward as well, so Clare will have to watch her, as is Leah Duffy. Looking at the full-forward line, Katie Walsh got on the scoreboard quite a lot last year during Club Championship and County Championship, so she'll have a great battle there with Siofra Niconnell.
And the Clare starting team, Clare have got Amy Linehan in goals from St. Joseph's, Dura Bearfield, the full back line. Orla Devitt from Éire Óg, Siofra Niconnell, Dura Bearfield is at 4, is Gráinne Harvey from West Clare Gales. The Clare half-back line, Louise Griffin from Fergus Rovers is at right half-back. Team captain, Quiva Harvey from West Clare Gales is centre-back. And wearing 7 is Anya Keane from Milton Malbay. The Clare midfield, Sinead Constantine, the scanner, is joined by Chloe Maloney from Kilmurray Bricken. The half-forward line, Emer Keane, Milton Malbay, wears 10. At centre forward, Philomena Marnan from West Clare Gales, and wearing 12 is Amy Sexton from Kilmurray Bricken. And Clare full forward line, wearing 13, Lizzie Roach and Burn Gales. At full forward is Cliona Blake from Dunbeg, and wearing 15, Ciara McCarthy from Kilmurray Bricken.
A really good person to mark. Louise Griffin had an excellent year for Fergus Rovers last year. Wing back. Excellent as well to see Quiva Harvey back after having her little boy. A real leader on the field and captain this half-backs will slot in there. Looking at the forwards, Philomena Marnan had another excellent year last year, as had Amy Sexton, and it's great to see Emer Keane and Anya Keane back in. Looking at the full forward line then, Cliona Blake, Lizzie Roach and Ciara McCarthy all can get on the score sheet, so well able.
Just a word in on the management team. Anthony Brennan is the manager of Sligo from Tour de Strand, and the manager of Clare manager is Wayne Freeman from Monasterevin in Kildare. And both, I mean, the first game in the league, you always want to get a result in that one. As the home county, Sligo will particularly feel that they, would be very keen for a result today.
Yeah, Sligo will want to get their points on the board. Look, both teams will have 9 matches, and it's great even to try out some new players. This, earlier on, but both teams will be looking to get the win. But I'd say Sligo will be pushing for it more on their home side.
Clare relegated from Division 2 last year, and without a lot of players that they had last year, and no representation from either of the county finalists, county champions, Banner Ladies, or beaten finalists, Kilmahill from West Clare.
Yeah, look, I suppose Banner and Kilmahill have had a long year last year. It was the middle of November by the time they finished up. They may be taking a break. We may see some of them back before the end of the league or for championship. But look, Wayne gets to try out now new panels of players from different clubs, and it's great that they're getting the opportunity, and they'll want to hold their places for the rest of the year.
And just a word in on the referee. The referee is Gerard Canny, and he'll be throwing the ball in a few minutes at 2 o'clock. And Anne-Marie, quite a decent enough crowd coming in as well. Like so, there should be a reasonable amount of people here come 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it's great. It's a dry day. People will travel, and it's great to have they can watch on the live stream if they're unable to travel. Both teams will be looking forward to their first game of the year. They've trained hard since the end of November, and it's great. At least we're not in the middle of COVID times now where we weren't able to travel to see these matches.
So we're nearing throw-in time here. Both teams have, just looking here, Sligo have 29 players tagged, Clare have 30. So just a very quick run through the Sligo substitutes: Lauren Fitzgerald, Clara Battle, Leanne Taylor, Isabel Henry, Tara Phillips, Katie Hosey, Fiona Feeney, Orla Devlin, Orla Nocton, Sarah Reynolds, Ellie McDermott, Ciara Gorman, Leah Kelly, and Rachel O'Brien. They're the Sligo subs. And the Clare substitutes: Jenna Murphy, Aisling Morrissey, Quaylen McCormack, Lauren Griffin, Rhea Wall, Emer Hines, Emma Healy, Rebecca Doohan, Sarah Redmond, Joanna Doohan, Laura Griffey, Shauna O'Gorman, Lindsay Clark, Megan Downs, and Nora O'Dwyer. And just before we take up our commentary positions, Anne-Marie, we all know that particularly early in the league, if you're a sub, maybe you're new onto the panel, you get 10 or 15 minutes, you'd be very keen to make an impression.
Yeah, exactly. When you get your chance, you have to make an impact, and do your best for however long you're on. I know that Clare have an extended panel as well. There's still girls that have to be named on it, but as I said, they have 9 matches to prove themselves, and no better way to do it but on the field.
So we're almost nearing throw-in time here in Corrie. Conditions absolutely perfect, and I have to say as well that the people here in Corrie GA were most helpful and most welcoming in terms of helping us to set up the live stream and all that kind of stuff over the last hour and a half. The referee Jared Canny, he's blowing his whistle again, keen to get going. Both teams having a couple of last minute chats, just I suppose Anne-Marie reminding themselves what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, they may have a few that will be nervous today, so it's their first game out for Clare, but there's real leaders on the field that will calm things down. So there's leaders in every line for both panels. Looks like they're ready to go now, and both teams will want to get off to a good start.
Conditions here perfect, to be honest, in terms of a January day. We're looking across at a few mountains, Binbulben, I'd imagine. Very scenic conditions, fog hanging over the mountains, plenty of trees, and a few more mountains there, Anne-Marie, to our right as well. So plenty to keep us occupied outside of the game.
Yeah, and it's a good job it's not a windy day because it's quite an open field. It's quite long, but it's actually a narrow enough field, so that may suit the players that like to play it nice and tight defence-wise. But yeah, both teams are ready to go now.
Yeah, certainly the conditions are absolutely perfect. You couldn't hope for better conditions. As we've mentioned once or twice, it is a bit cloudy, but definitely you put up with that at this time of the year. The two teams now are almost ready. It is, as we mentioned already, the Lidl National Football League Division 3 Round 1, Sligo, the home county, up against Clare, and we're almost ready to go here in Corrie. Two teams very keen to get off to a good start in the National League. Debutants in both teams, some experienced players in both teams as well. It's going to be really, really interesting how this pans out over the next hour or so. So the referee, Jared Canny, ready to go, blows his whistle, throws the ball in, and the throw-in is won by Clare, and it breaks for Sinead Consign, and she gives it to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney now off her left foot, first time ball into Cliona Blake, well held inside by Cliona Blake, tries to link up and does very successfully. Clare now through Fidelma Marnan. Great start, straight over the bar after just looking at the watch here, 20 seconds, Anne-Marie, and it's very easy to pick out Fidelma with her boots.
Yes, superb score. Chloe Maloney broke the ball down to Sinead Considine, who found Chloe Maloney, a lovely ball into Cliona Blake, who found Fidelma, and yes, she's still wearing her signature 2 different boots. Quick kick out from Sligo. They won a free, but Chloe Maloney's after winning it back.
And Chloe Maloney pops it in field. Clare attacking now to their captain, Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey looks up, first time ball in. It's a great ball into Fidelma Marnan, but Fidelma just lost control, and really good goalkeeping there from Ellen Maguire from Owen Rua. She emerged with the ball, and Sligo switched to play to the far side of the field, and they're trying to break upfield now. But the ball, I was going to say, has it beaten the Sligo player? It hasn't. Maeve Cassidy did extremely well on the far side of the field to hold on to the ball up against Emer Keane, and Sligo now building. And the right hand side of the field, referee has got his hand up, plays advantage, second free of the afternoon to Sligo, taken quickly. Sligo now trying to get on a bit of ball. Maeve Cassidy has it again from Cliff Ross's point on the far side of the field. Great run from the centre back, but really good defending there, and a good hand in from Clare's Cliona Blake, back in a very defensive position. But Sligo win it back and maybe now have an opportunity for a shot on goal. The full forward almost had it, but was fouled. So it's going to be a free into Clare about maybe 20, just over 20, roughly 23, 24 yards out, and opportunity for Sligo. This is their third free to register their first score, and the free is going to be taken by their full forward, Katie Walsh from Tour de Strand. So Katie Walsh now bounces the ball. She's going to kick it off her right. Will be confident of putting this over the bar. Gets a good strike behind it and goes straight over. It's a point each, a point from play by Philomena Marnin from West Clare Gales, and the equaliser there from Katie Walsh from Tour de Strand. She won the free as well. The kick out taken now by Amy Linehan, and the referee noticed the foul there on the Clare left cornerback, Grania Harvey. And Grania Harvey took that free quickly, and Clare now breaking up the far side of the field through Anya Keane from Milton Malbay. Chloe Maloney has been on a lot of ball, good direct ball in, bounces over two or three defenders and attackers, but cleaned up inside by Sligo. And the full back, Claire Dunn, the captain from St. Fernand's, eventually emerged with the ball, and Sligo now trying to work the ball out. And Maurice noticeable that Sligo have they're well able to good support play on the way out, and well able to hold on to the ball under pressure.
Yes, they're minding the ball. They're finding the player at all times. They're being very patient on the ball, and they're delivering it. But Clare's backs are out in front all the time. That's a really good interception there by Orla Devitt, and she finds Anya Keane.
Clare bursting forward again now. Chloe Maloney on the ball up against centre forward Lisa Powell. Chloe Maloney trying to get onto her left foot. Good defending from Powell, holding up the player from Kinmurray Bricken and West Clare. She turns back, and really good support run there from Siofra Cunnell, the full back from Dora Bearfield on the far side of the field, but good defending from Sligo. Clare, a bit like Sligo at one or two stages, do well to hold on to the ball. Sligo now have everyone behind the ball. Clare have a free player here on the far side of the field, Sinead Constein. If she's spotted, and Cliona Blake does spot her, gets it as far as Sinead Constein. Sinead Constein links up now with Clare's number 12, Amy Sexton from Kinmurray Bricken. She gives it to Philomena Marnin. Philomena Marnin bursts forward, fists the ball up in the air, and still has it, taking on the cornerback from Sligo. Ciara Scanlon does well to get it back as far as Cliona Blake. Can Cliona Blake now get it into a shooting position, gives it back to Quiva Harvey. Quiva Harvey runs into two or three players and wins the free. There was a hand kind of around her neck there, so it probably was a free in. But in those kind of circumstances, sometimes, Anne-Marie, it's hard to know whether a player is charging and over carrying, or if it's a free, but it probably was a free on that occasion.
Yeah, I think it was a free on that occasion. Really good run there from Quiva from centre back. Just a few positional switches from Clare. Lisa Roach has gone full forward. Cliona Blake has gone out, helping the midfield pairing. Amy Sexton is still on the wing, and Ciara McCarthy's inside in the corner forward. So Clare have two inside full forward, and they have Cliona Blake brought out.
Chloe Maloney took that free off her left foot. She's got a superb left foot on the GA field, also on the soccer field. Put that straight over the bar, and Clare now leading by 2 points to 1, as you can see in the screen. Just exactly 5 minutes gone here in Curry. It's the Lidl National Football League Division 3 first round game between Sligo, the home county, and Clare, and it's Sligo who have it on the far side with Sarah Hurley from Owenrua. Sligo holding on to it, switching the play in field. The midfielder Sinead Regan does well to hold on to that under pressure. Excellent support on there from Sligo's right half back, Tara Breheny from St Mary's. Bursts forward, gives the pass, but the corner forward under a bit of pressure there. The corner forward Megan McCormack there was two Clare players around. The pass was probably a bit too short. Maybe it should have been a kick. Clare now trying to break. Cliona Blake gives it as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney's been on a load of ball at the start, pops it forward, over carried, and the referee was correct. I suppose Chloe was just trying to make the perfect pass and took a step too much.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to draw the player there and pop it over the head. Unlucky on that occasion, but nice move from Clare there. Again, an excellent vital interception here from Orla Devitt. Got the near hand in and dispossessed Megan McCormack.
Yeah, it was good defending from Clare. Both teams at different stages. As Sligo now with Sarah Curley from Onur goes down the ball. Both teams have defended well, and certainly it's 2 points to one. But every point so far, well, there's not too. We're still in the very early stages of the game, 6.5 minutes. But every score has been well earned. The Lions on the far side of the field puts the flag up and indicates a line ball for Clare, taken quickly in field towards Cueva Harvey. Cueva Harvey's been on a lot of ball, and you can see that one of Clare's, I suppose, plans of action is to try to break forward at pace. Granny Harvey switches the play to the far side of the field, and Chloe Maloney has it again, gives the hand pass to Philip Marnan. Philip Marnan tries to take on 2 or 3 Sligo players, but it's good defending from Sligo. But she switches it as far as Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton hold on to the ball. Sligo have a lot of players behind the ball, so Clare know that they need to be patient. Cliona Blake's been on a lot of ball as well. Does well to give it to Louise Griffin, making her debut from Fergus Rovers. Back as far as Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton spreads it to the far side of the field, and in these kind of circumstances, Anne-Marie, where you have the ball, it's a great pass. To Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney in on goal, fisted across, goal on, and it's in the back of the net, and it was a really nice finish there from Lizzie Roach and Burn Gales, and it was that kind of patience, threw the ball around, didn't panic, and the final pass I think was from Granny Harvey into Chloe Maloney, and she got the pass across to Lizzie Roach.
Yeah, very patient play from Clare. Worked the ball across the field, nice and calm. Drew the players, an excellent ball in, and a lovely finish, patting into the back of the net, and that will settle Clare. They've just won a free there through. Oh no, it's a hot ball actually. Apologies.
So if in fact, you're right the first time, Marie. It is a free, I think, and it's going to be taken by Chloe Maloney, and she said a really outstanding opening. Just check the time. She said outstanding opening 8 minutes. She's been on a load of ball. Haven't seen her play midfield before for Clare, and I know it's extremely early in the first game of the league, but it's definitely worked well so far.
Yeah, I see her passing is absolutely outstanding from right and left. She'll find the player. She's got good vision as well. But again, equally she can play inside the half forward or the full forward line as well. Again, a quick kick out from Sligo, and it's Sinead Regan on the ball now.
Regan switches it to the far side of the field. Sarah Curley has it. Sarah Curley links up with the wing forward, Maeve Casterly from Drumcliff Ross's Point. Sligo now trying to string a bit of play together. Nicola Brennan from Tour de Strand has it. She's breaking forward. Sligo run into the tackle. It's happened a few times. Sligo player now, there's 4 players over the ball. It has to be, well, a free or a throw in or something, because it wasn't going anywhere. So the referee, Ger Kenny, decides he's going to throw it in. Definitely correct decision. So he's going to throw it up and let play resume again. The referee's got the ball behind his back for a second, and Chloe Maloney going towards the sideline there for a second. Not sure what.
Just on her gum shields, I think.
So she's looking for her gum shield. Clare overcarry there, and Sligo take the free quickly. A couple of Sligo players free, and one of them is Leah Duffy. She gets it into the corner forward Megan McCormack. A bit of space here now for Sligo to do something. The full forward has it. She already got a point from a free. Referee's playing advantage. Going to be a free in, and that's the second free won by Katie Walsh. She put over the first one, and you'd back her to put over this one. And slight lapse in concentration there from Clare, but good play from Sligo.
Yeah, just as Katie was going through there, she was pulled back, and the referee rightly waved on for advantage. Again, this is within Katie's range. She scored something similar a few minutes ago. You'd imagine she'll pop it over the bar, and this again will settle Sligo.
So Katie Walsh, almost very similar, well, definitely a very similar position to where she put over the first free, and but takes this very, very quickly in towards the corner forward, and the corner forward is blocked down. It was great defending there but Sligo win it back. It was great defending initially from Clare. Sligo have it back, and eventually put it over the bar. Katie Walsh put it over. I was a bit surprised she didn't try and put it over the first time, but she put it over eventually.
Yeah, she turned onto her left foot again, so she could kick right and left. The ref is very strict in the gum shield. He's seen Cliona Blake there to the sideline again to pop hers back on when there's a break in play. So both teams will have to watch that.
Well, definitely the referees very very consistent on that one. Absolutely, as Clare come out with it now with Gráinne Harvey from West Clare Gales, momentarily loses position but wins it back, gives it to Siofra Cunnell, and Clare now on the far side of the field, breaking forward with a nice bit of pace with Emer Keane from Milton Malbay, and she links up with her twin sister Anya, and Clare have it now. Uh, at a bit of an angle, Philip Marnan gives it back to Anya Keane. Clare now really patient. There's a possible shot on here, and that's a really, really good score there from Louise Griffin. Great finish, and great to see a wing back coming that far up the field and putting the ball over the bar on her debut.
Yeah, superb score for Louise, and that will do her confidence a world of good. Really, really well worked against Sligo with the quick kick out. Clare need to be more alert to that. They found their captain, Claire Dunn, who has given it to Sinead Naughton in the corner.
Sinead Naughton now needs somebody to give her a hand here, but she's fouled, so she'll be very, very happy with that, because wasn't looking as if it was going to be too easy to come out with possession on that occasion. So the referee blows the whistle, and Sligo take it nice and quickly. Referee blows the whistle again, and this time he's going to do a bit more than blow the whistle. I don't know, he's going to produce a card here or what, Anne-Marie, but he's speaking to Amy Sexton. So let's see what's going to happen here. Is it going to be a tick, or is it going to be a card, or what the story is? And in fact, it is a yellow card. So
he signalled there for a high tackle. I think it was in the corner, so we didn't see it, but it looked like it was a high tackle.
So Clare
will have to work hard now for the next 10 minutes.
Clare down now to 14 players, with Amy Sexton going off on a yellow card for 10 minutes. And the referee is right again. It was just kind of 4.5 steps, just a small bit over 4 steps, but he was correct, and Clare take it quickly. Chloe Maloney looks up, bangs it in. Clare have inside, I think it was now Soul on the ball, taking on a couple of Sligo players, looks back, sees there's somebody behind her for support. Chloe Maloney Chloe gives it as far as Anya Keane. Shot is blocked down. It's out for a 45, and I really like the way Clare kind of switching the play from side to side, and not panicking if they run into a cul-de-sac, to just turn around and try to recycle.
Yeah, so they're giving us the person the best position, and I think we would have drilled that into them, that you're working the ball around and being nice and patient, which they are doing. They will have to work hard now while Amy's off the field. Sligo look like there are a few positional changes now. Katie Walsh is coming out to centre forward position, and it looks like Leah Duffy is going in full forward.
So the 45 is going to be taken now by Chloe Maloney. Bit of movement from Clare. Quiva Harvey is moving, as is Louise Griffin. She's going to go short, or she's going to pump it in long. She goes nice and short. Quiva Harvey has it, gives it back as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe now, there's a shot on here. She's in a bit of space. She's going to go for it, definitely. And that's off the post, Anne-Marie, is it?
Yeah, and Fidelma has it.
Fidelma Marnan has it. Fidelma goes to ground. Can she link up with a colleague? Eventually it falls for the Clare corner forward, Ciara McCarthy, and she's a superb kicker of the ball, and that's a great point.
Yeah, excellent score again off the post. Fidelma was the first to react to it. Great score again from Clare. Again, quick kick out from Sligo, finding Clare Dunn, their captain, and she's after finding Maeve Casserly on the wing. Maeve
Casserly now sold us off her left foot, gives it in field to her number 8, Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan gives it back to Casserly, who switches it to the far side of the field. Good control play from Sligo. It's been a very good game. The cornerback Sinead Naughton bounces the ball, holds on to it. Sligo still have it now with Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan looks up, nice ball in towards the number 12. Number 12 is Leah Duffy, but Leah Duffy loses possession, and eventually it breaks now for Sinead Constantine. Left footed ball, switches to the far side of the field. Chloe Maloney showing great pace to get there first, pick it up, waits for a second, gives a lovely hand pass in to Gráinne Harvey from West Clare Gales. Gráinne Harvey gives it to her sister, Quiva Harvey, the captain. Quiva looks back, looking for somebody in support, and finds Sinead Constantine. Sinead Constantine gives it as far as Ciara McCarthy. Ciara McCarthy switches it infield as far as Ani Keane, and Ani Keane switches it the far side of the field to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney up against or up against the wing back Maeve Casserly, finds Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma Marnin holds on to the ball, does well, gets into a shooting position and puts over. Well, no, it doesn't put over, but actually hits the umpire. The umpire wasn't very happy about that. But
What a ball in though again
what a pass
from
Chloe
Maloney.
It was a great pass.
Yeah,
And
Clare after winning the kick out, and Ciara McCarthy's on the ball, well within her range.
Ciara McCarthy just pulls it across and across the goals, and it drifts. As we look at it here, it drifts to the left and wide.
So Clare are pushing up on that kick out now, and they're trying to stop the short kick out, but Sligo have found their Lisa Powell back.
I have to say, Emery, it's been a really enjoyable opening 16 and a half minutes. I mean, some really good football from both teams.
Yeah, and for the first round of the league as well, it's been played at a very high pace, so really high fitness levels from both sides. Let's hope they can keep it up. Caoimhe Harvey's in possession, she's looking for help, and she has found Cliona Blake.
Cliona Blake has been so involved in the early stages of this game. Orla Devitt pops it back as far as Blake. Blake gives it into Fidelma Marnin. Fidelma will shoot from anywhere because she's capable of putting it over from anywhere, but not this time.
Yeah, she had players inside there. She just needs to turn back again, but that's okay. It's early days yet. We're settling into it. Again, Sligo have found Caoimhe O'Connor from their kick out.
And they have it now on the far side of the field, and they're coming out. Chloe Maloney trying to do a bit of defending, switched in field as far as Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan bursts forward now, does well into a bit of space. It's a great run from Sinead Regan. She's got the wing back off her under pressure. Eventually the referee says, I'm going to throw it in. So he's going to throw it in there between the two, between the centre forwards, Aoife Hearn breaks it, but it's picked up by Sligo Sinead Regan, and eventually wins. As it pops up, beautiful pop-off chance now for Katie Walsh. Bounces the ball to create that bit of space, but it drops in, and Amy Linehan does very well to come off the line, win that, pops it off as far as her clubmate Siofra Connell, and Clare emerge with possession, and are going to try and break up the field now with a bit of pace. Anya Keane has it. Anya Keane gets it forward, but it goes out over the sideline on the far side of the field. And it's going to be a line ball now to Sligo to get it back as far as Lisa Powell. Lisa Powell links up with a teammate, and Sligo try to create a bit of space on the far side of the field, make something happen, but Clare seemed to overcarry, or what happened there, Emery?
Yeah, so Lisa Powell was bottled up by the Clare defence and she overcarried. Clare in position now with Caoimhe Harvey. And she has found Lizzie Roach in the wing.
Lizzie Roach has it now, and holds on to it. Back as far as Ciara McCarthy, long ball in, and Chloe Maloney nearly held on to it, but a bit of a push in the back. So it's going to be a free out, which is taken extremely quickly. It's a really high-paced game. Megan McCormack from Eastern Harps has it now, and Sligo trying to burst out for Emma Marnin, putting pressure on Sligo as they try to emerge with it. But this is a really good football from Sligo. Sinead Naughton has it, but a really good block there from Lizzie Roche. That's great defending. And Clare now with Caoimhe Harvey switch it infield as far as Orla Devitt. That's a great, really nice ball to the far side, and Clare now the two Keens linking up. This is very, very good football. Nice switch ball there from Emer Keane in as far as Chloe Maloney, who's now inside full forward. Now can Chloe Maloney turn back into a position where she can get a shot in? Plays a 1-2. This is good football. Referees playing advantage. Chloe Maloney gets it across, and Fidelma Marnin gets the finish. I have to say it was a really good goal, but it was also very good refereeing because he played advantage at the right time.
Yeah, exactly, he did, and Chloe had the vision to find Fidelma, and just as she was running towards the square, wasn't selfish, get the ball across, and a lovely score, well worked again from Clare. Really good, so that gives them a 2 point lead.
So just over 20 minutes gone in the first half here in Curry, and Clare leading by 8 points. and it has been a good start by Clare. Sligo definitely at times have shown, some good patches, but just maybe not up to this point, not quite as consistent as they would like, as Louise Griffin wins it back now and gives it to Caoimhe Harvey. And that's one thing. I mean, we've seen Chloe Maloney play some great football, but the Clare half back line are on a load of ball, and you would imagine that Sligo need to just tighten up a bit on those three players.
Yeah, and the Clare half back line are pushing forward, so Louise, Caoimhe and Anya are pushing forward, and they're leaving Katie Walsh inside full forward for Sligo, which is side on her own. She's got no one else, so I think the Sligo need to push the half back line up a little bit. I noticed that Megan McCormick is going to wing forward now, so she has plenty of pace, so she'll try and carry the ball.
Fidelma Marlin now gives it back as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney was inside the full forward line a couple of minutes ago, but she's now back out around the middle. Third, Cliona Blake has been very involved in the first 22 minutes. Gives it as far as Caoimhe Harvey, who's also been equally impressive. Back as far as Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach bursts forward, gets a shot in, and that's a really great score from the Burn Gales footballer. Clare now leading by 2-5 to 2 points. And from a management point of view, in your first game, Wayne Freeman in his first game today as manager of Clare, and Marie, you couldn't be happier with how the first 22 minutes have gone.
Yeah, exactly. Clare are working as a team. They're trying very, very hard, and they're putting pressure on the Sligo defence as they're coming out with the ball. So working hard. That's what he'll be looking for at this stage of the year. Work rate, and Amy Sexton's back into the fore now. So. Again, she'll want to prove herself for the next few minutes. She was unlucky there, but I know it was a high tackle. Sligo are in possession again, and if they can spot Leah Duffy, Megan McCormick, she's out here in the wing, all on her own.
Referee Jerry Canny blows his whistle, gives the free to Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan gives it to her midfield partner, Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe Connor now breaking forward, gives it inside to Megan McCormick from Eastern Harps. Nice pass as far as centre forward Aoife Harn in towards Katie Walsh. Katie Walsh's pass was a bit ambitious, but it might break it for Sligo, and the Sligo number 12 Leah Duffy has it, and that's a good score.
Excellent scoring. Easy could have been in the back of the net with those high posts, but that'll settle Sligo again. Good score. They're well worked. They'll want to put pressure now on the Clare defence coming out and keep the ball up at this end, get a few more scores on the board before half time.
Definitely. So Sligo's priority now will be to just maybe push up in the kick out, try to make sure that Clare don't have don't retain the ball easily from the kick out. Amy Linehan takes that kick out. It's a really good kick out as far as Cliona Blake switches it to the far side to Amy Sexton. She's been off the field for a few minutes, so she'll be very keen to do something here. She's taken on Tara Breheny, still has the ball under pressure, gives it back as far as Fidelma Marlin, who's just scored a goal and scored the first point of the game as well after about 20 seconds. The play switched there from Louise Griffin, but that pass goes astray. Sligo win it back, and they've got it with Maeve Casserly on the far side. She gives the ball infield towards Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe Connor gets it forward, but the pass cut out by Caoimhe Harvey, and Caoimhe Harvey overcarries just about. But the referee again, I think the referee's been very good. He's been calling for a lot of steps and stuff like that, but he's been consistent.
Yeah, he has, and maybe with another referee might get away with it, but no, he's been very consistent. Katie Walsh now is on the ball here. She's looking for help, and she's found Megan McCormick.
Sligo need a runner now off the shoulder. Maeve Casserly links up again with Leah Duffy. She gets it forward, and the full forward Katie Walsh goes to ground, but picked the ball up off the ground while she was on the ground. Free out for Clare, and Clare trying to play the game at a really quick pace, and they look really fit and well tuned in.
Yeah, they do, and they know exactly. Everyone knows their position and where they have to be, and they're finding a yellow jersey all the time. Lovely run there from Chloe Maloney. She's giving it back to Fidelma Marlin. If she can spot Cliona Blake on the wing.
I'd say Fidelma did spot Cliona Blake in the wing, but saw that there was a chance on for a score, went for the score, and it went wide.
Yeah, well, look, just a tail wide there.
In fairness, at times, you do want to encourage forwards to have a crack as well. It's not going to work all the time, and that was probably one of those occasions where it didn't kick out. Is won by Clare. Caoimhe Harvey yet again bursting forward from centre back gives it to her clubmate Philomena Marnin. Philomena Marnin gives it to Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton switches to play. That's a really good crossfield ball. As far as Anya Keane now links up with her sister Emer, and Clare have it now with Gráinne Harvey wearing forward but playing corner forward position. Very momentarily gives it to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney breaks forward, pops it back, and that's a really, really good score. And was that Lizzie Roach again? And she's been really impressive.
Yeah, excellent. Very accurate in front of goals. Really consistent. Well worked by Clare. Again, kick out from Ella Maguire finds Nicola Brennan, who has moved back into a more defensive role.
Sligo now, they know like there's about 4 minutes left in the first half, but they spilled possession. Clare burst forward. Ciara McCarthy is in. There's a goal on here. Philomena Marnin is in, and that's in the back of the net, and that's going to make it extremely difficult for Sligo to come back for that. Clare 3-6, Sligo 3 points, and Sligo just spilled possession on the way out, Emery.
Yeah, again, but it's coming from the serious pressure from the Clare forwards, and they're working very, very hard. Sligo will have to be patient and try and work their scores up again. They have Sarah Corley on the ball at the moment, and she has found Lisa Powell.
So Sligo now again under pressure, holding on to the ball, lose possession. Clare have it again, breaking forward with Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Harvey gives it to Ciara McCarthy. Ciara McCarthy's pass though wasn't the best, cut out by Tara Breheny, and Sligo trying to come out now and with the ball, and there's a lot of Sligo players back in defensive positions. They probably need to push up a small bit. Aoife Hearn links up there now with Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe Connor, nice ball now, and a bit of space here for Megan McCormack. Megan McCormack encouraged to carry. She carries, and she's going to be under a bit of pressure there from Louise Griffin, who puts out the hand. Good defending there from Siofra Ní Chonaill. Did very, very well there up against Katie Walsh. That was good defending from the Clare full back as Clare emerged with it. Chloe Maloney hears the call to her left and links up. That's really good play, linked up nicely there with Anya Keane. Clare get the ball in early. Lizzie Roach let it bounce. Probably should have won that the first time. That's good defending there from Sinead Naughton, and Sinead Naughton eventually gets the ball outfield as far as Maeve Casserly gets it back to the fullback Clare Dunn, and Sligo now have a small bit of space here, and but they need a few more runners off the shoulder as the midfielder Sinead Regan gets it forward, but that was just too high for the Sligo number 12 Leah Duffy, and as a forward, Emery, you know a lot better than me that a ball like that is extremely difficult to win.
Yeah, no, the ball in front of you is ideal, but yeah, no, that was a difficult, especially when Clare had plenty defence back. They're on the ball again now, but it looks like his ref has called for over carrying. If Sligo can spot that, Megan McCormack here in the wing, and they have found her.
Megan McCormack has it now, and
she needs help. Tackled
there by Caoimhe Harvey. Sligo do well to hold on to it. Caoimhe Connor has it, pops it inside, but the Sligo player goes to ground. Fouled there by Orla Devitt. Sligo player Maeve Cassery was fouled. She's been on a lot of balls. She's down with possibly a small bit of a knock, but seems to be okay again. And Sligo know that at this stage that they've got to try and do the best they can with this free, make something happen, and maybe even Emery, if they could manufacture some kind of a score.
Yeah, even if they could get a goal before half time just to settle them. But Clare have set up so well defensively, it's hard to see that happening at the moment, but there's still a long way to go yet. I've no doubt that both sorts of management will be hoping to use some of their bench, some limited subs, so I'm sure that they'll give the girls a run as well, because it's only the first round and girls are going to be getting tired as the second half goes on. So both teams just having a breather here for a moment. I think it seems to be Maeve Casserly has hurt her hamstring and looks like she's making way.
Yeah, she went down there, and initially didn't look that serious, but she seems to be kind of limping off a bit there now. But Sligo continue with Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe Connor gives it back to Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan breaking forward, tackled by Siofra Ní Chonaill, and it's a free in now for Sligo. And just looking at the clock, we're just over the 30-minute mark. Clare leading by 3-6 to Sligo's 3 points, and this free is going to be taken now by Katie Walsh. So Katie Walsh on the 14-yard line at a bit of an angle, but you'd be very confident that a player of her ability is going to put that over the bar. And in fact, it is put over the bar. And Katie Hosey from the home club Curry replaces the injured Maeve Casserly. So that's the change in the Sligo team just before half time.
Yeah, Maeve Casserly's a huge loss to Sligo there. You know, she's carrying it out of all, but it looks like she was holding her left hamstring, and they will want her ready again in a couple of weeks' time, so they're not going to take any chances with her, and the ref has blown the half-time whistle.
So at half time, the score here in Curry, Clare leading by 3 goals and 6 points to Sligo's 4 points. And Anne-Marie, just before we take I suppose a small bit of a break at half time, we might look at some of the highlights of the first half possibly. Your overall impressions of the opening 30 minutes?
Yeah, look, very entertaining first half of the first round of the league. Both teams are working really, really hard. Clare getting the scores on the board, defensively set up very, very well. Forwards are moving well. Sligo will have to get to grips with that in the second half, so they'll be playing down the hill as we're facing it here. So they'll want to register a few scores on the board earlier on in the second half to get themselves back into this game. But look, it's the first round, very entertaining game and enjoyable so far.
And we mentioned earlier on, Anne-Marie, that the setup here in Curry is excellent. Like it's a really nice pitch. No, the weather conditions definitely help as well. If it was raining, it'd be a different story, but that would be the case at any venue. But really nice, accessible venue. And a nice crowd here as well.
Yeah, pitch is in very good condition. As you mentioned, a nice crowd have travelled here for the first round, and a great spectacle. And it's great that both teams are showcasing their skills, and they're doing very well so far. A long way to go yet, still a full half an hour. If Sligo can get a score or two on the board, they'll be right back in this.
So that's the situation here. We're going to take a look, I think, at some highlights of the first half. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Start straight over the bar after Tour de Strand. So Katie Walsh now bounces the ball. She's going to kick it off her right. Will be confident of putting this over the bar. Gets a good strike behind it and goes straight.
Sexton is still on the wing, and Ciara McCarthy's inside in the corner forward. So Clare have 2 inside full forward, and they have Clean and Blake brought out.
Chloe Maloney, where you have the ball. It's a great pass to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney in on goal, fisted across, goal on, and it's in the back of the net, and it was defending there from, but Sligo win it back. It was great defending initially from Clare. Sligo have it back and eventually put it over the bar. Katie Walsh put it over. I was really patient. There's a possible shot on here, and that's a really, really good score there from Louise Griffin. Great finish, and great to see a wing back coming at her up the field and putting the ball over the bar. The shot on here, she's in a bit of space. She's going to go for it definitely, and that's off the post. Anne-Marie, is it?
Yeah, and Fidelma has it.
Fidelma Marnin has it. Fidelma, a superb kicker of the ball, and that's a great point.
Yeah, excellent score again off the post. Fidelma was the first.
And Chloe Maloney turned back into a position where she can get a shot in. Plays a 1-2. This is good football. Referees playing advantage. Chloe Maloney gets it across. And Fidelma Marnin gets 22 minutes, gives it as far as Creva Harvey, who's also been equally impressive, back as far as Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach bursts forward, gets a shot in, and that's a really great score towards Katie Walsh. Katie Walsh's pass was a bit ambitious, but it might break it for Sligo, and the Sligo number 12 Leah Duffy has it, and that's a good score. Gráinne Harvey wearing forward, but playing corner forward position, very momentarily gives it to Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney breaks forward, pops it back, and that's a really, really good score. 4 minutes left in the first half, but they still possession. Clare bursts forward. Ciara McCarthy is in. There's a goal on here. Fidelma Marnin is in, and that's in the back of the net. Well held inside by Clean Blake. Tries to link up and does very successfully. Clare now through Fidelma Marnin. Great start straight over the bar after Tour de Strand. So Katie Walsh now bounces the ball. She's going to kick it off her right. um, will be confident of putting this over the bar. Gets a good strike behind it and goes straight.
Sexton is still on the wing and Ciara McCarthy's inside in the corner forward. So Clare have two inside full forward and they have Clean Blake brought out.
Chloe Maloney, where you have the ball. It's a great pass. To Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney in on goal, fisted across, goal on, and it's in the back of the net, and it was defending there from. But Sligo win it back. It was great defending initially from Clare. Sligo have it back, and eventually put it over the bar. Katie Walsh put it over. I was really patient. There's a possible shot on here, and that's a really, really good score there from Louise Griffin. Great finish, and great to see a wing back coming at her up the field and putting the ball over the bar. The shot on here. She's in a bit of space. She's going to go for it definitely. And you're welcome back live to Curry. It's still half time. A reminder of the half time score in the Lidl Ladies National Football League Division 3 first round game. Clare leading Sligo by 364 points. And I'm joined here in the commentary box by the Sligo PRO, Aisling Brown. Aisling, first of all, the conditions, it's January, but conditions actually turned out to be perfect. And really good setup here in Curry.
Yeah, absolutely, Peter. Delighted today with the setup and the welcome that Curry GA have given us, and thanks to the chairperson Barry and the whole committee. We've had a good day weather-wise, because we've been blown out of it with wind and snow and everything in the last couple of weeks, so it's a good day. The ground is wet, but as expected this time of the year. So good day and a good crowd, so great day here in Curry.
Yeah, we were saying that as well, that really good crowd at this side, and a few on the far side as well. And it's just nice to see it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Listen, I suppose my aim as Sligo LGFA PRO is to promote ladies football, and the promotion of the games is so important, and I see as well that there's lots of our underage teams are here, our minor Sligo ladies are here, and Clare have a busload of their underage players as well, which is so important, to promote the game, and that's what we want. And in my role going forward, I will be promoting the games, giving the girls exposure. I suppose to wear your county jersey is such a big honour, and these girls deserve to have their bit of exposure. And to listen, LGFA games are always very entertaining, and it's great to see such a big crowd here, and we hope going forward in all our other games that we'll have as many supporters as we have today. And
I mean, it's a very good point in terms of younger players seeing their adult county teams playing in front of them. Like it's I suppose it's good to encourage them to hopefully play adult for the county themselves in a few years' time.
Absolutely. Look, we know involved with LGFA that sometimes it can be hard to keep players, and it's always to motivate them, to keep them enjoying the game first of all, and looking after their well-being and everything. Our under-16s are here, and they played Clare in a challenge game earlier, and to get them to come to the game and to look up and to aspire to play for their county at senior level is fantastic. And to have all of the coverage, the live streaming, Clare FM are here and everything, all of that lends to good promotion of LGFA and of the wonderful games that we have. So it's wonderful. It's a great day for Sligo LGFA, and it's the round one of the NFL League, so we're looking forward to it. And the scoreboard we hope will improve a little bit on our side, but second half to come.
As we can see there on the screen, Clare just coming out. Sligo will be out in a minute, and I suppose that's just a good final point. Asking that from a Sligo point of view, you'll be hoping get the first couple of scores of the second half, and you never know after that.
Yeah, to settle back in, I suppose, and if they can get a score or two at the start of the second half, now that'll settle them. Sligo, look, our team we're building at the moment, and we've a lot of younger players coming in, and it's wonderful to see, and they're girls who've come up through the ranks, So Anthony Brennan and his management team are working really hard, and we're just hoping that from upwards from here on in.
Aisling, thanks very much, and also thanks as well for all your help during the week. So it's made our streaming work here a lot easier. So
no problem, Peter.
So many thanks for that. And we'll get the microphone back off, Aisling, and we'll be speaking to our match analyst Anne-Marie Cannon again in a second. So Clare, as you can see, out in the field, Sligo on their way out now as well, just from the dressing room here in Curry. It's going to be interesting to see, will either team make many changes, because as Anne-Marie said earlier on, the rule in terms of the National League for ladies football is that you can make unlimited changes. So I'll just very quickly run through the two starting teams. Sligo have Ella Maguire in goal, Sinead Naughton, Claire Dunn, Ciara Scanlon in the full back line, Tara Breheny, Lisa Powell, Sarah Curley in the half back line. Midfield, Sinead Regan and Caoimhe Connor. Maeve Cassidy has been replaced by Katie Hosey. Unfortunately, Maeve Cassidy had to go off injured just before half time with a hamstring. Aoife Harnan and Leah Duffy complete the half forward line. Megan McCormack, Katie Walsh and Nicola Brennan in the full forward line. And Clare have Amy Linehan in goals, full back line, Orla Davis, Shifrina Cunnell, Gráinne Harvey, the half back line, Louise Griffin, centre back captain is Caoimhe Harvey and Anya Keane, where 7 midfield. Sinead Constantine is joined by Chloe Maloney. The half forward line, Emer Keane, Fidelma Marnan and Amy Sexton. Full forward line, Lizzie Roach, Cliona Blake and Ciara McCarthy. And the referee having a word there, and my hearing is kind of getting worse now as I get older, so I'm not sure what he said, but
I think he just said for the half forward line to stay inside the 65 until the ball is thrown in the air.
So that is one thing, and you made that point in the first half. Reminder: the score: Clare 3-6, Sligo 4 points. As the referee Jerry Canny throws the ball in, that both teams, will have that option to make a lot of substitutions. It'll be interesting to see how many they will make. Will they give everyone a run, or just 4 or 5 players?
Yeah, I think the first 10 minutes will be crucial here now, so we'll see if Sligo can get a couple of scores on the board. Clare will want to settle again and keep that lead and increase that lead and work hard. Sligo are in possession with Nicola Brennan at the moment, and they're going forward a pace through substitution Katie Hosey.
Katie Hosey came on there just before half time. Good quick play there from Katie Hosey, but her pass has been intercepted, but she wins back the break, and she's now taking on Clare's Ani Keane. She tries to link up with one of her colleagues, but Quiva Harvey cuts that out, and she's had a great game at centre back for Clare, and Clare now looking to come out of defence. Grania Harvey gives it to her club colleague Fidelma Marnan looks in field, gives it back as far as Quiva Harvey switches it to the far side of the field to Tina Blake, and Tina Blake has played a lot of her football, Anne-Marie, in the full forward line. She gives a really nice ball. It's a really good ball in towards Lizzie Roach now playing with great confidence from Burn Gales, gives it back as far as Fidelma Marnan looks, the shot is on, and if the shot is on, well, Fidelma will definitely have a go, and she's put over a really good point there. She's been outstanding.
Yeah, as I said in the first half, Keena Blake is out in the midfield, and she's letting ball in, excellent ball into Lizzie Roach, who found Fidelma, and a great teamwork in from the Clare outfit. It looks like we have Sarah Curley on the ball here now, and she's after passing the ball into the corner, but it's cut out again by Orla Devitt. Really good to read the ball, Orla, and she has found Ciara McCarthy on the wing, who'll be looking for an option off the shoulder.
Ciara McCarthy now waiting for the run. Orla Devitt makes the run left-footed. Ciara McCarthy gives it in to the full forward line as far as Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach has been brilliant. She's getting away for the full back, gets the shot in, but it's blocked, and it's picked up by Sligo. Quiva Connor has it, switches the play out to the far side, out to the near side where we are with Sarah Curley, and Sarah Curley now pops it back as far as Sligo cornerback Sinead Naughton, and Sligo now a bit, just that small bit slow to come out with the ball. You need to come out a bit quicker, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, definitely. And Clare seem to be bottling up and putting in the tackles, but they've got out on this occasion to Sinead Regan, who has found Sinead Naughton, seems to be fouled there by Emer Keane.
Definite free for Sligo now, who have maybe a small bit of space here with Quiva Connor. She tries to link up inside with the full forward, who's one of their most dangerous players, Katie Walsh, but the ball goes out over the sideline. It's a line ball for Sligo. Leah Duffy has it now. She's trying to come in field, gets it back as far as Megan McCormack. Tried to link up with our midfielder, but Cliona Blake intercepted. She's had an outstanding game in that role. What I was trying to say earlier on in terms of Cliona Blake is she's played most of her football in the full forward line, but she looks even much more at home out in that middle third. Yeah,
very sharp and very pacey as well. Well able to tackle as well and to work hard, and that roll out the field is suiting her. It looks like there's a free there for Chloe Maloney. She's going long and she's trying to find Lizzie Roach.
It was a good ball from Chloe Maloney. Lizzie Roach should have really held on to that, but it bounced away from her. Sligo have it back now with their wing back Sarah Curley coming forward. She gives it to Quiva Connor under pressure. Great, really good football there from Fidelma Marnan, winning the ball back, gives it in as far as Lizzie Roach, and this would be a real hammer blow for Sligo if Clare get a score from this. Lizzie Roach puts over a great point, and I suppose as a manager or a coach they'll be as happy with that as with a 50-60 yard pass, because the forwards put the pressure on, won it back and put it over the bar. It's a sickener.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we've said it how many times, that near hand tackle is crucial, and Fidelma Marnan got the tackle in and passed it off to Lizzie Roach, who sailed out to the corner and popped it over the bar. So a really good score there from Clare. Sligo in possession again with Sinead Regan. She's been tackled hard, but she's found, well, it seems to be a 50-50 ball. It seems to be pushing the back there, and Orla Devitt. Leah Duffy has retaliated, so the ref, I'd say, will have a little chat with Leah.
Orla Devitt has been playing really, really well at cornerback for Clare as well. And she just has that. There's a substitution being made on the far side of the field, and we'll just see who comes in here. The linesman, Clare, making a substitution, so we'll see who's gone off. In fact, it's Cliona Blake who's or Ciara McCarthy. Sorry, is it Ciara McCarthy? No, I think it's Cliona Blake who's gone off there in the first. And Ciara McCarthy's gone off as well. So Clare making two substitutions, and we'll just keep an eye here. One of the substitutes who've come in is Joanna Doohan from Kimmery Brecon, and the other one we're just looking around is Laura Griffey, weighing 26, from Burn Gale. So Laura Griffey into the full forward line, and I can safely say, Anne-Marie, that the substitutions there aren't because they're not playing well. It's just because in particular, Cliona Blake had a great game, and also Ciara McCarthy as well did well inside the corner.
Yeah, they both played really, really well, and as we said, we're going to be into the bench now and using Clare's. The two girls worked really, really hard, and now it's time for Laura Griffey and for Joanna Doohan to make an impact. Clare on the run here.
Burst forward, great ball from Fidel Marnan, and there was a goal opportunity. Maybe there's another opportunity here, and there is, and it's the first involvement for Laura Griffey from Burn Gales. Picked up the rake, put it over the bar. The Sligo goalkeeper, Claire Dunn, made a really good save there from Anya Keane. She seems to possibly she saved it with her head. It might have hit off her head. Anya Keane probably should have put away that goal, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, I'd say she didn't realise she had as much time to take it. She kind of kicked it quickly. She didn't realise she had a couple of seconds there before her defender came on her. But look at it, Laura Griffey got a lovely score there, and that'll settle her into the game. Looks like Joanna Doohan is going to go centre back. And looks like Caoimhe Harvey's coming out the field to midfield, so just a positional switch there.
So a couple of changes there from Clare, trying to give, I suppose, as many as possible a run. Hopefully the Sligo goalkeeper Ella Maguire is okay. She's off the ground, and she seems to be walking away a bit there with the physio, so it does look, Anne-Marie, as if Sligo are going to have to,
could be a concussion maybe.
Unfortunately replace their goalkeeper, and rightly so. Particularly if you get a bang in the head. So
it looks like Lauren Fitzgerald is warming up there, so she'll be making in from the fray shortly.
So Lauren Fitzgerald on the far side of the field, putting the gloves on, probably a bit unexpectedly from her point of view, but she's coming on now, and she's going to replace Ella Maguire in goals, and maybe it might only be for a few minutes, but we'll see. But
the physio looks like she's checking Ellen there to see how she is.
So the physio probably just checking kind of, and I suppose using concussion protocols just to make sure that she's okay. So the kick out is taken. Fidel Marnan wins it, pops to the stars. Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney can hear two or three players looking for the ball, holds onto it, pops the hand pass to a player on the run, gets it back. The shot is on, and that's over the bar, and that's a really, really good point from Clare, and Clare now leading by 3-10 to Sligo's 4 points, and Chloe Maloney wins the kick out goes astray again. There's a goal on here if Clare are patient. Chloe Maloney looks for the space. That's a great, I'm not sure it was a great block or a great save, but it was absolutely superb save there from Lauren Fitzgerald from the Owen Rua club. Because that was a point blank shot. Referee plays advantage for Sligo on the way out, and I'd say they'd prefer maybe to get the free because they're having trouble coming out with the ball.
They're being swarmed by the Clare forwards. Clare working very hard.
Sinead Regan doing well on the far side of the field. Second advantage for Clare. Sinead Regan decides, if I walk here I'll get the free, and she does. That was a good decision because it worked well. Sligo now bursting forward, but that kick out, or that kick from Sarah Curley, cut out, I think was by Orla Devitt, and Caoimhe Harvey now is making a great run down the middle. Chloe Maloney has it. Everyone's looking for the ball, which is always the way when a team is playing well. Caoimhe Harvey's in on goal. It's a brilliant run. Caoimhe, she's had a great game, Anne-Marie, but she's probably back, and we probably saw why she's back there.
Yeah, superb run there. I think she was out midfield for a while now. She's come back centre back again, but superb run from Quiva. Just needed to steady up a little bit. I think she was kicking a bit off balance there, and she had options with Snyder. But look at a great run. Clare are putting pressure on the kick outs. They've won the last 3. It looks like there's another substitution coming on. It looks like it's Megan Downs is entering. And we're just waiting to get confirmation as to who's making way.
Megan Downs from Clare comes in wearing number 29, a very skillful player, and she's replacing Lizzie Roth. And I have to say, we were saying it about the players Ciara McCarthy and Clean Blake who were taken off earlier on. Lizzie Roth has had a really good game as well. The best I've seen her play for Clare personally.
Absolutely. I got into space, got some lovely scores, was out in front. Chloe Maloney was kicking her ball in. She was in front for every ball. Worked very well for the 45 minutes she was on. Looks like Megan is going in full forward now. Fidelma is still a centre forward. Referee has blown for a free. Looks like Chloe Maloney got an injury to the shoulder. She seems to be okay. She's up onto her feet again, but this will be well within her range again from the left hand side.
Yeah, Chloe definitely went down there and looked at what she's up again, so she seems to be okay. So Clare now leading by 3-10 to Sligo's 4 points. So this free is going to be taken by Chloe Maloney. And I suppose from the point of view of the game, and Marie, it did need a couple of scores from Sligo early in the second half. That didn't happen. Clare have been totally dominant.
Yeah, totally dominant. Sheaffer O'Connell there seems to be winning the battle in the full back line. But again, Clare are moving back in droves, and they're crowding out the Sligo to forward, and they're not allowing them. Even with the backs, the Sligo backs are not allowing them out with the ball. They're working very hard. Superb score there from Chloe Maloney again just to steady the ship. So it's 3-9 now to 4 points.
Yeah, so that's a really great score there from Chloe Maloney off her left foot over the bar, and Sligo take the kick out and tried to come out with it, but lose possession again. Chloe Maloney has it again. Is there a runner? There is. Fidelma Marnan is there, and Fidelma puts that wide. She won't be too happy with that.
No, that was unlucky. Again, really fast ball. Went from Chloe to Megan Downs to Fidelma. So quick hand passing all the time, not giving Sligo a chance to react. Lauren is looking for support here now. It seems to be breaking, but it's broken to Megan Downs.
Megan Downs was on the ball. 2 or 3 players battling around it. Megan Downs, maybe might have been a free in there, but it has broken for Clare. And for Chloe Maloney again. Chloe Maloney puts plenty air into that, but it goes about a foot wide as we look at it here. And so Clare's shooting efficiency in the last couple of minutes, not as impressive as it has been up to that, but they are still comprehensively ahead, leading Sligo by 3-11 to 4 points. And we're looking here, there's 12 and a half minutes, so nearly 13 minutes gone, still 17 minutes left here in Curry in South Sligo. And a reminder again of what you're looking at. It's Lidl National Football League Division 3 Round 1, Sligo, the home county, up against Clare, and the live streaming brought to you by the LGFA across their platforms. Clare now controlling the play, controlling the ball in the middle of the field. Anya Keane breaking forward, gives Sliffany Cullen switches it to the far side of the field. Clare, where Clare tried to build with Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton gives it back infield as far as Joanna Doohan from Kimmeria Bricken, who switches the ball to the stand side of the field. Sinead Consign, lovely ball from Sinead Consign in as far as Chloe Maloney. Chloe Maloney does really well to hold off the full back, gives it back, links up, beautiful link up there with Emer Keane, put it over the bar. That was as you would know, Emery, much better than me as a forward. It was a good ball in, but Chloe still had a lot of work to do to try to control it, hold off the player, and give the pass off as well to Emer Keane.
To try and hold off the player there and control it with one hand, but did so very, very well. Excellent run off the shoulder for Emer Keane. Anya and Emer Keane always work really hard. They do their unselfish runs the whole time. Superb score. And looks like Clare is making another substitute. Looks like Ronnie Harvey is making way, as is Louise Griffin. Both had excellent games. We're just waiting to see now who's going to enter.
So Clare making a couple of changes, Sligo making a change as well. There's unlimited changes here, so if the odd change happens and we don't notice it, it's not because we're not looking, but it's just because there's a lot of players coming on and coming off, and rightly so too, in terms of trying to give as many players as possible a run. So one of the Clare subs on is wearing 18, Quayla McCormack from Burn Gales. Clare still attacking now. Chloe Maloney really enjoying this game. Gives it back as far as Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma looks for a bit of space, finds Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton slips as she kicked it and went a bit short. Sligo pick it up and are coming out with the ball with their centre back Lisa Powell from Eastern Harps. And she needs a couple of runners off her. Nice ball forward now as far as the Sligo midfielder Caoimhe Connor. Caoimhe Connor links up with Katie Walsh. Katie Walsh gives it as far as the midfielder Sinead Regan, breaking forward, does well now up against the Clare substitute Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers. Eventually wins the free. That was good football there. Really good football there from Sligo's Sinead Regan, and she's gonna she gives the ball to their free taker and full forward Katie Walsh, and Katie now will be very hopeful of putting this over the bar. If she does, it'll be Sligo's first point of the second half, about 30 yards out. Gets behind it and unfortunately it just hits the outside of the post and drifts wide. So Sligo still awaiting their first score of the second half here in Corrie. So the Clare goalkeeper Amy Linehan from Dura Bearfield takes the kick out, finds her clubmate Shifrini Cunnell. She gives it in field and Clare now trying to break out with it. Caoimhe Harvey absolutely flying it, emerges with the ball, links up with Amy Sexton. She gives it to Emer Keane. Emer Keane gets it in field as far as one of the Clare substitutes, Laura Griffey from Burn Gales, already put over a really good point. Referee's playing advantage still on, his hand is still in the air. It's down now. Fidelma Marnan links up now with another Clare substitute, Quayla McCormack. Chloe Maloney has it. Clare just throwing the ball around, everyone getting involved, everyone looking for it. And Marie, I suppose when a team is playing well, as Clare are here, and Emer Keane now in a bit of space, gives it in as far as Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton bounces the ball. Nice pass as far as Fidelma Marnan. Fidelma gives it plenty air, but the goalkeeper does extremely well. The sub goalkeeper Lauren Fitzgerald comes out with the ball, did really well. She's made a very good save as well earlier on. But I was just saying there, Marie, all the Clare players looking for the ball, and that's what happens when you're playing well and confidence is high.
Yeah, exactly. They're all very confident now, looking for the ball, moving at pace, working very hard. Substitutions that come on have made a difference as well. They're going to be looking for starting places the next day. They're going to prove themselves. Looks like the Sinead Regan has been fouled there by Sinead Constantine. Referee has blown his whistle. Just a hold up there for another substitution, so Sligo making a substitution. Just again, positional switches. Laura Griffey seems to be gone full forward with Fidelma Marnan in the corner, so they're leaving two inside the full forward line clear. Amy Sexton has gone centre forward, and Megan Downs seems to be on one wing with Emer Keane on the other wing, but Emer working back in the defensive position. As we know, she's covered an awful lot of ground today. Backs are the same as earlier on. There's no positional changes there. With Sligo then, they seem to have moved Tara Breheny in full back, so she'll be picking up Laura Griffey at the moment, and also Isabel Henry seems to have been introduced for Sligo. We'll just have to wait and see who's gone off.
Chloe Maloney gone off for Clare, as is Emer Keane, and we'll have a quick look in a second to just try and work out who has come on. In the meantime, Sligo put over a really good point. I was looking at the substitutes, so unfortunately my eye taken off the kicker there, but it's a great point. Sligo's fifth of the game, their first of the second half. Clare still leading by 3-12 to 5 points. So Clare now through Amy Linehan take that kick out, and she does it really well to find Sinead Constantine in the middle of the field. Clare breaking at pace. Orla Devitt gets it forward. Good football from Clare. As far as one of the other substitutes, Emma Healy from Burn Gales gets it forward nicely, but Sligo do well to win the ball back. There's a Clare player on the ground. Sean O'Gorman from Clare is on as well, and I think it might be Shauna who's down there with a possible injury. In fact, it's Laura Griffey wearing 26 in the it is Laura Griffey, far side of the field. She was battling there for the ball, which Sinead knocked in the corner back from Owen Rua in Sligo, and she's getting some bit of treatment. Hopefully it's not too serious, because she's not on the field too long, and we'll definitely want to stay on for the remainder of the second half. And we've got just over 10 minutes left here in Curry, and thankfully Laura Griffey seems to be okay, so hopefully she'll be able to continue. And when play resumes, it's going to be Sligo possession. Referee Ger Canny blows his whistle. Play resumes, but that's quite poor. Sligo just give the ball away immediately from their own free. Sinead Constant gets it forward now. Lovely ball in front of Griffey. Griffey does really well. Shows nice feet, but probably did overcarry it a bit, Maria, I suppose. Step or two.
Yeah, but lovely footwork. Unlucky, I think, there in the end. Sligo are going to have to try and work up a score now here. They've found their captain, Clare Dunn, on the wing here. She's looking for support, and she has found substitute Katie Hosier.
So Sligo, you have to give them a lot of credit, because they haven't. They've only scored a point in the second half, but they're still battling for everything, and that's evident from the full forward Fiona Feeney from Owen Rua inside full forward, and she did extremely well to win that ball. A Clare player is gone down. I think it might be Shifra Nicunnell, holding her arm, is it?
No, I think
or her face.
Put to the face there, yeah. She was in the tackle. It's accidental, but I say ref me throw the ball up when Shifra's okay. She's just going to receive some attention out. This will give Clare a chance to recover again, and hopefully get Sligo to work a score. It's well within Katie Walsh's range if it's free, and I don't think it is, though. I think it'll be a half ball.
So Shifra Nicunnell just getting that bit of treatment. An elbow into the face at any time of the year isn't that nice, but I suppose especially in January, the weather is a bit nippy, and
she's up onto her feet.
But she's up, yeah. So thankfully she's okay, and Sligo now still have the free, so they're looking for Katie Walsh has been substituted, so the free is taken, but things go wrong, and Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers does well to cut that out, and has it back again now. Clare popping the ball off the plenty of runners off the shoulder. Quilla McCormack has it now as well. And it's noticeable that the substitutes are trying to play with the same pace and kind of off the shoulder type football as the starting 15. Clare now, great opportunity here, and that's straight over the bar there from Emma Healy from Burren Gales. Really good score, and it's from a Clare point of view, it's good to see the substitutes coming on and getting a couple of scores, and they've had a couple of scores from the bench.
Yeah, they're doing the exact same game plan as the girls have started. Short, sharp passing, finding the person in the best position, working hard off the shoulder, running is really good. Really good pace to the ball. Caoimhe Harvey's after sending a beautiful ball across, and she has found substitution Lauren Griffin on the wing. Ball's gone into the corner to Shauna O'Gorman, very strong on the ball, looking for support. Fist passes out. She seems to be looking for Emma Healy. It's cut out again. Megan Downs in battle with this. I'd say it's going to be play on. Megan Downs has won that.
Great football from Megan Downs, and I always like to see players, no matter where they're from, winning a ball like that. Sometimes it shows real desire, and fitness, and I suppose as Caoimhe Harvey rolls over, wins the free, the referee is waiting for another substitution. I think it's another Clare, it's a Sligo substitution, but it's those kind of, if you can win hard ball, Emery, you can compete in any game, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And the hunger is there. The hopes that have come on want to be there. They're battling very, very hard. Even if the ball is 50-50, they're still battling for it. So we have Anya Keane on the ball now. She's looking for support, and she's found Kayla McCormack on the wing.
And Sligo have brought on Rachel O'Brien, wearing 29 from St. Fernand's, and she's replaced Caoimhe Connor, the Sligo number 9. In the meantime, now Clare have it again with Joanna Doohan. Joanna Doohan gives it far side of the field, and Clare win another free. That free won by Lauren Griffin. Lauren Griffin gives it as far as Fidelma Marnan. And Fidelma now hears one or two shouts, people looking for the ball, doesn't give it off. She's taken on 2 or 3 players, takes the shot on, and it's a 45. It was well contested inside there. Is it by Megan Downs, is it?
No, Laura Griffey.
Laura Griffey. And but so it's going to be a 45. In terms of time, we've just 5 minutes left here in Curry. Clare leading by 3:13 to Sligo's 5 points. So let's see now. Chloe Maloney's gone off, so she's obviously not going to take this 45. So it's probably going to be possibly Caoimhe Harvey, I think, is moving towards it. So let's see now who eventually takes it. Jack Caoimhe Harvey's probably going to take it. Just about 5 minutes left. And Clare making another substitution. Orla Devitt from Éire Óg is gone off. I'll just have to see who comes in there. I think it's we'll work it out. It's Rebecca Doohan from Commeria Bricken. So the second of the Doohan sisters from Commeria Bricken making their way onto the field. Fidelma Marnan has it again. Fidelma links up with Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe Solas hops the ball. She's being tackled by Tara Phillips. Play switch to Amy Sexton in front of us here. Amy Sexton loses possession, goes out over the sideline, and that's a line ball for Sligo. It's going to be taken by Sinead Naughton. Sinead Naughton gets it infield as far as the Sligo number 15, Nicola Brennan. Nicola Brennan breaking forward, fouled by Amy Sexton. And Sligo now have a bit of possession. Attempted tackle there from Fidelma, and I suppose sometimes, Anne-Marie, you probably won't like this, but forwards tackling the odd time, maybe not the greatest.
Yeah, coming towards the end of the game, I suppose, girls are tired as well. And
were you going to tackle as a forward? No, did you like tackling?
I didn't. I wasn't great now, just to be honest.
But the one thing that Fidelma has told me once or twice is the only thing she doesn't like about playing football is if it rains.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's a lovely sunny day here in Corrie, she'll be delighted.
Yeah, the 2 odd boots won't be getting wet, so she's happy out.
Sligo have it now. I think that's definitely going to be a free to Sligo. It definitely is a free. It concurs with that. Katie Hosey wins that free. Was under pressure there from a couple of Clare players, and she's going to. Or Sligo are going to take this more or less in the middle of the field, just inside the Clare half. Just over 3 minutes left. Clare leading comprehensively 3-12 to 5 points. Another substitution now from Sligo, and I think as well there's going to be another one from Clare too. So loads and loads of substitutions on both sides. Clare's Anya Keane is coming off. Let's see who's come on for Sligo. I think Clara Battle has come on wearing number 17. Sligo now launching an attack, but Siofra Cunnell, she's recovered from that elbow earlier on, and is back flying it again. Caoimhe Harvey has it, wearing 6. She's had a great game at centre back. And Rebecca Doohan. Ray Wall is on as well, wearing number 20, so that's another of the Clare substitutes, as is Nora O'Dwyer from Bourne Gales. So lots and lots of players getting a run. And I suppose, Anne-Marie, if you make the long, well, it's not actually as long as I thought it might be, the trip up to Sligo, but at the same time, if you come up to Sligo and you're on a county panel, you want to run, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And like as we said, there's lots more games after this, and the girls that don't get on today will, Wayne and his backroom team will be, because I know it's in a match situation it's better to see your players, whereas in training you can be training all day, but in a match situation you really see what your players are made of, I suppose, and anyone that has come on here today has done excellently and they can be very proud of themselves.
Yeah, the substitutes have been very impressive. It's a very good pass here from Megan Downs, and she looks very, very sharp. Quiva Harvey ball in, but again, another player who's done really, really well since she's come in is the Sligo sub goalkeeper Lauren Fitzgerald. She's made a save. She put out a ball for 45. She came off the line there as well and caught a high ball earlier on. So she definitely has contributed a lot since coming in. Sinead Naughton at cornerback for Sligo, hopping and solo on the ball. Finds Nicola Brennan. Gives it to the midfielder Sinead Regan. Sinead Regan pops it forward as far as Katie Hosey, and Sligo now in with a chance, hopefully from their point of view, of finishing this game on a high with a score. But that's great defending there from Siofra Cunnell, and she's really turned into an exceptionally good fullback over the last couple of years.
Yeah, very solid in fullback. Again, can equally play as well in the half back line, but very well worked up. Found Shauna O'Gorman the full forward line. Back to Joanna Doohan, who's after finding Fidelma in space. Fidelma's going to carry in, and she's caught a little bit there for over carrying. Okay, unlucky.
So Fidelma just went a small bit far that time. Step or two beyond the four, and but overall, Emery, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Clare will be extremely happy with this. They'll be looking ahead to their home game next week. I think it's against Wexford in Doonbeg. Sligo, you know, to lose a game at home, first game of the league at home by this margin, like it's gonna take a bit of work for them to, I suppose, to lift morale a bit during the week. Next week.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed, but they'll have to regroup. They'll probably get 2 training sessions in during the week now, and they'll work on the thing. You know, they'll work on holding the ball coming out, especially under pressure, and try and get the ball up to their forwards. So they'll be working on that in training. Clare have made us another substitute there just while we were chatting. It looks like Amy Sexton has made away again, worked very hard for 57 minutes. Just checking to see who has entered the fray now. It seems to be I have a feeling it could be Sarah Redmond from Aerogue wearing number 24.
So I can't 100% say that every single Clare substitute or Sligo substitute have come on, but certainly the vast majority of substitutes on both teams have come on, and Clare now making another substitution to somebody who's coming on there on the far side. In fact, it's Aisling Morrissey from Cura Clare. So Aisling, a player with a lot of ability, and she's coming on there for Sinead Constein. And Aisling, a player that you'd like to see, you know, getting a bit of game time.
Yeah,
proving the fitness level a bit. And
yeah, she's been on the panel there for the last 3 or 4 years. So the more game time Aisling gets, the better. Again, works very hard, a real leader on the field, and will give everything 100%.
Sligo have it now again, and Sinead Regan sole on the ball, moving away from goal. She's lifting the head now to see who's moving inside, but her pass is cut out, and Philippa Marnin has it, and Clare now breaking with Quiva Harvey really, really well. Quiva Harvey taking on Sligo. This is excellent football from Clare, and now can Laura Griffey win it. It breaks away, and it's won back by Sligo. And I think one thing that's been very impressive from a Clare point of view is their fitness, but what I would call their ball fitness. Like their handling has been excellent.
Yeah, their decision making as well has been outstanding for during it. It's obviously something that they have worked on with the whole panel. Again, their work rate is excellent as well. They're bottling up the players every time. And there was another excellent dispossession there from substitution Joanna Doohan. She's found Megan Downs, who's found Fidelma in space. If Fidelma can get around this player now, it looks like that Shauna O'Gorman's inside as well, but she pops up the score. So excellent score again from Fidelma.
Great score from Fidelma, absolutely brilliant score. And I'd say anyone going into Central Sports in Kilrush in West Clare tomorrow will find Fidelma in great form.
Yeah, absolutely.
After the way she played today, she's had a great game.
Yeah, very, very good, very good. Yeah, worked very hard there at centre forward. I think centre forward seems to be her position. Gets players involved as well. Is a real leader on the field. Looks like Nora O'Dwyer now from Burren Gales is on the ball, and she has found Sarah Redmond on the wing.
Sarah Redmond off her left foot got the shot in. She was getting the shot in. She was tackled and it just went wide. So we've had, at this stage now, nearly 4 minutes of injury time. I know there's been a lot of substitutions, but there's going to be another one. There's another Clare player in the far side of the field about to come in, I think. and so time must be nearly up now. Fidelma gone off, and we'll just see in a second now if the Clare player who's come on. We'll keep an eye on her, and when we see her number, we'll tell you who has come on. But Sligo had it briefly there, but they've lost possession, and the third player who's come on is Lindsay Clark from Dura Bearfield, and Clare now, can they finish on a high? It's a great shot there. It's a really, really good shot there from Laura Griffey from Burn Gales. Put it over the bar. It's Clare's 14th point, so Clare now leading by 3-14.
And yeah, that's Laura's second score there. Yeah, so really good. 2 points from Clare since she came on.
Yeah, has really, really impressed, and Clare now a bit of defending to do on the far side of the field, and Sarah Redmond trying to do that. Siofra Connell doing it as well at full back, and just blasts the ball forward out over the sideline. Time must be nearly up. There's 5 minutes gone now in the second half. The linesman puts his flag up on the far side of the field, so it's going to be a free to Sligo. So we mentioned once or twice about really good January conditions here in Curry. Didn't rain, absolutely no breeze, pitch in excellent condition in terms of underfoot conditions, and just everything well organised, it has to be said. Sligo now trying to win the ball in the middle third of the field. Rachel O'Brien wins the free. She's looking up to see is there anyone making a run. Switches the play to the far side, but it's cut out by Clare. That's good football there, good defending from Sarah Redmond from Éire Óg, but lost possession again, trying to win it back. Sligo have it, defending as well there from Quayla McCormack from Burn Gales. Sligo do well though to hold on to that under pressure. Sinead Regan switches it, good ball from Sinead Regan as far as Aoife Harron. She gets the ball in to the full forward line, but Sligo lose possession, and the referee blows the final whistle. The final play of the game, Ashley Morrissey's won the ball back, and that's it here from Curry in Sligo. It's finished in a very comprehensive win for Clare. Anne-Marie Clare 3-14, Sligo 5 points, and the journey up from Clare to Sligo, it'll be a shorter journey home, I suppose.
Yeah, Clare will be very happy with that performance. Again, I know there's probably little things that they can work on, but Sligo will be going back to the drawing boards. As we said, they have 2 training sessions this week to improve on things. But overall, it was a very entertaining game and really enjoyable. Both teams worked very, very hard. Pace of the game was excellent for January, as was the work rate.
So, very comprehensive win for Clare. As Anne-Marie said, they'll take it forward to this week ahead of their second game at the weekend. Sligo also out next week. Sligo definitely will be trying to take some of the positives from today's game, but at the same time they'll know that they'll have to up it significantly if they're going to make an impression on Division 3 of the Lidl National Football League. So that's about it here from Curry for this afternoon. So for myself, Peter O'Connell, thanks very much. Thanks indeed to Anne-Marie Conlon for her analysis all afternoon. Thanks as well to Mike Curry and Tracy Whelan on production and sound and all of the technical side. So for myself, thanks for viewing. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you again next weekend.